Hey everyone, it's James. I apologize for the delays over the past few days. It's been a crazy week, and we got a busy weekend ahead. But I'm back with your Big Brother recaps for September 24th, 2025, and September 25th, 2025. So here's where we stood. As you know, the mastermind said that there was going to be a unique eviction leading into Thursday, but we didn't really know how it was going to play out. All we knew was that the veto was on the line and something was going to happen one way or the other. So, in a stunning turn of events, Morgan wins the power of veto for a fourth consecutive time and ends up saving herself from elimination. So in her place, she wasn't even on the table, I'm sorry to say. But anyway, Ashley and Keanu were nominated. So as a result, Morgan wins the power veto, doesn't use it, and as a result, the eviction goes forward as scheduled. But this time was a little different because the eviction took place in the mastermind's sanctum, and the vote was public, which is the first time they've ever done anything like that in the show's history. So, after a public vote of 2-0, Keanu was finally evicted after weeks of being targeted by the entire house. So that leads us to Thursday. We knew going into Thursday that the final head of household would play out. The head of household would play out, and then the final veto would play out, and whoever won the veto, whoever was not on the block after the veto meeting would cast the sole vote to evict. So therefore, we play out the HOH. Morgan wins the HOH, decides to keep Vince safe, so that means she nominated Ashley and Ava. Fast forward, veto on the line. It was basically a game of memory where the house guests had to analyze the photos and put them in order according to what day it happened in the Big Brother house. In a shocking turn of events, Morgan's reign of terror continued because she won the power veto for the fifth time. Yes, the fifth time this season, and she opted not to use it, so that meant Vince had full control over the vote. Now, most of you know at this point that Vince has been working with Morgan and Ashley in the alliance known as the Judges. So it was pretty obvious what was going to happen here. But Vince cast the vote to evict Ava, which makes her the sixth member of the jury. But the game is not over yet, because there's still one final competition to play out. And it's the final, most important HOH of the season. So here's what's going to happen. Tonight, yes, tonight, the final three will talk about their strategies. And part one of the HOH competition will begin. Whoever wins part one will go immediately into part three. The other two will have to square off in part two. So, at that point, I should mention that the outgoing head of household is eligible to compete this time, unlike past HOH competitions. So, whoever wins part one will go immediately into part three, and the other two will face off in a separate competition. Whoever wins part two will go head to head with the winner of part one on finale night. Yes, the final eviction will take place on Sunday on finale night. Then, whoever wins the HOH competition will decide who sits next to them on finale night and gets interrogated by the jury. Then the jury will cast their votes to evict live, and the jury will cast their votes for a winner live, and someone will walk away with $750,000, while the runner-up gets $75,000, which isn't too shabby. But in addition, we have the power to award one other house guest another $50,000 for America's Vote for America's Favorite House Guests. So you can continue to vote up until Sunday morning at 9 a.m. online at CBS.com for your favorite house guest. And we'll see who wins Sunday night. So make sure you stick around for that. And I will have all the fallout next week. Plus, next week I will start the Survivor recaps. So if you enjoy these Big Brother recaps, stay tuned for that, because I'll tell you everything that went down week 1 and get you set for week 2, and we'll continue this journey together. So stay with us, and remember, love one another. See you soon.